There comes a moment when your biology betrays you. He was one step away from success. 3 years, thousands of hours, countless sacrifices. He reached 70% of the way. Then, he stopped. The data doesn't lie. When you feel completely exhausted, when everything inside you is screaming, "Stop!" you've only used 40 to 70% of your true potential. The remaining 30%? Blocked behind a psychological wall. This isn't about motivation. This is about biology. An ancient mechanism programmed into your brain designed to keep you safe, but also to keep you average. Today, we're going to break through that wall. Let me show you the inner workings. Imagine a car. The fuel gauge shows empty while there are 2 gallons in the tank, a safety margin to prevent you from breaking down on the road. Your brain does exactly the same. Scientists call it the central governor theory. Your brain's priority isn't your success, your wealth, or your happiness. Its sole priority, survival with the least possible effort. When you set a goal, dopamine surges. You feel euphoric. But by 70%, dopamine at the bottom, cortisol at the top. The governor sends a signal. The system is critical. Stop it now. A conflict ensues. Prefrontal cortex. Keep going. This is important. Amygdala. Stop. This is dangerous. And guess who wins? The amygdala, because it's 200,000 years older, stronger, and faster. In the African savanna, this mechanism saved your life. In 2024, the same mechanism is destroying your dreams. Dr. Dan Ariely from Duke University conducted an experiment on thousands of people. Watch at what point do they give up. The result? Between 65 and 75% of the way. Why this point in particular? Stage 1, 0 to 30%. Everything is new. Adrenaline is pumping. Dreams are within reach. Stage 2, 30 to 60%. Flow, momentum, things are moving. Stage 3, 60 to 75%. The valley of despair. This is where the crash happens. Emotional fuel runs out. You see the end, but it's far away. You feel all the accumulated pain. You now realize how difficult the journey truly was. Your mind starts a new calculation. I gave it my all and didn't make it. What if I give the remaining 30% and fail? I'll have lost everything. This is the real fear. And the dark secret? The last 30% isn't 30% of the effort. It's 70% of the real effort. 1983, Cliff Young, 61 years old, a simple Australian farmer. He decided to participate in the ultramarathon, an 875-kilometer continuous run. Everyone laughed. Work clothes, rubber boots. The professional runners, they run 18 hours, sleep 6. Cliff? He didn't know the rule. He kept running. Day 3, at 70%, the professional runners started to drop out. Mental exhaustion, pain, doubt, it all came crashing down. The central referee shouted, "Stop!" But Cliff, he wasn't thinking about percentages. He was just putting one foot in front of the other. The result? He won. He broke the record by 9 hours. Not because he was stronger. It was because he didn't know he was supposed to give up at 70%. The limit we believe in isn't real. It's an illusion created by the governor to protect you. The Navy SEALs have a rule. They call it the 40% rule. When your brain tells you that you're done, you're only at 40%. David Goggins explains it. Your brain tells you to stop at 40%, and you have another 60%. Think, the last time you ran at top speed, you felt like your lungs were going to burst. Now imagine a lion appearing behind you.
Can you run faster? Yes. Where did the power come from? It was there all along. The governor opened the emergency tank because the threat was real. But in the modern world, no Blake people, no direct threat of death if your project fails. So you have to become the threat. You have to deceive the governor. Colonel Sanders, 65 years old, decided to start. A chicken recipe and a dream. He went from restaurant to restaurant, rejected 10 times, 50, 100. Around 1,000, the 70% area, the governor was yelling, "That's proof enough. The idea is bad. Stop." But Sanders kept going. Rejected 1,009 times. 1,010th time, someone said yes. Today, 150 plus countries, 24,000 plus restaurants, billions of dollars. All because one man refused to give up at 70%. How do you break through the wall? The transgression protocol. Tool 1, the 5-minute rule. When everything screams stop, tell yourself, just 5 minutes, then I can stop. Why? 5 minutes isn't scary. The ruler relaxes. But after 5 minutes, momentum starts, resistance decreases. Then, another 5 minutes. Deceive the ruler. Tool 2, the split strategy. Don't think of the 30% as a single unit. Don't say, I need another 30%. Say, just 5% to get to 75%. At 75%, just think of 80%. Marathon runners don't think of 42 kilometers. They think, to the next lamppost. They eat the elephant in one bite. Tool 3, change of identity. Don't say, I'm tired. Say, the calibration has begun. The system is testing me. Make the pain the entrance fee for the top 1%.
What, for
If it
anyone
weren't for
to
the
do,
author,
pain is the filter. Tool 4, refine the mind. Seek discomfort voluntarily. Cold showers, fasting, silence. Teach your biology. I am the controller, not the ruler. A Cornell University study asked seniors, what is your biggest regret? The most common answer? I wish I hadn't given up so soon. Not, I wish I hadn't tried. Most of life's regrets don't come from what we did, but from what we were about to do and didn't. A Chicago study, 92% of those who stop at 70 never return. Why? Because coming back later isn't an appeal, it's a reboot. Loss, momentum, deep context, emotional connection, neural networks. The mind knows that pause isn't temporary, it's permanent. People say they're talented. Lie. Talent takes you to 70%, then it stops. Michael Jordan, I failed repeatedly, that's why I succeed. He didn't say because of my talent, he said because of my failures. Elon Musk, 2008, on the verge of bankruptcy. Every advisor, stop. He put all his money into it. He kept going. Today, the richest man in the world. Not because he's the smartest, but because he refused to give up at 70%. And passion? Pennsylvania study, 20 years. The difference between successful and unsuccessful people? Not talent, not passion. Grit, perseverance. Passion, I love this, so I'm going to do it. Perseverance, I'm committed to this, whether I like it or not. At 70%, you'll hate what you're doing. Passion will betray you. Perseverance won't. The tragedy of the average person, never realizing their own superior potential, living at 70%, believing they've reached their limit. But on the other side of the wall, there is the state of flow, where empires are built, where the body becomes iron, where the mind becomes a weapon. Here's the truth.
Most men give up at 70%, not because they're weak, because they're human. Giving up is the natural, biological response. But natural doesn't mean right. The question is, do you want to be natural or exceptional? Exceptional people aren't more talented. They simply kept going when everyone else stopped. Next time at 70%, you have a choice to be like the 92% who give up or one of the 8% who change their lives. The difference between success and failure, between dream and reality, is only 30%. The next moment the ruler shouts stop, remember, this is not the end. This governor is trying to save you, but you don't need saving. You need to conquer. Go past the sign, break through the wall, complete the mission. Success isn't about avoiding the 70%. It's about going through it. The choice is yours. It was always yours. This is Titan's logic.